Who would have guessed the Saints and the Colts, last year's Super Bowl combatants, will both watch the rest of the playoffs from the couch, just like you and I. I mean, what a shocking, shocking development. The Saints, I got to be honest with you, I gave them to you as a free pick yesterday, but I told you I wouldn't play them. I mean, I don't play any of these free picks I give you. I mean, yes, have I been on a nice run with free picks and football over the past 9 weeks? Absolutely. But it was still a dicey proposition, but the Seahawks came out and really kicked their ass. But the Colts, now that one definitely surprised me. Again, Colts had chances. They couldn't put the points on the board. They couldn't put the Jets away. You leave a team hanging around long enough, and sooner or later they're going to come back and bite you in the ass, and that's exactly what they did with that field goal with a couple of seconds to play. So the Colts avenged last year's AFC Championship loss in Indianapolis by advancing this year. Who knows? Maybe, maybe all things considered, the Colts didn't do themselves that much of a big favor by clinching the number 3 seed in the AFC. Because remember, if Kansas City had won last week at home in their season finale against Oakland, they would have clinched the number 3 seed. They would have been playing the New York Jets instead. There you go. So, let's get busy now for your Sunday card. Hi everyone, Al DeMarco here. Sometimes I wonder even why I say that, because obviously you've clicked on my picture, you see my name, you know who the hell I am. Otherwise you wouldn't be watching the video. But I know one thing for sure. You're looking for a coupon today, and I've got it for you. If you didn't take advantage of it yesterday, feel free to take advantage of it today and save $25 off any single purchase you make here at the site. And that coupon code to be entered in your shopping cart when prompted is WILDCARD25. WILDCARD and the number 25, no space between them. That will get you a $25 discount. If you didn't use the coupon yesterday, you can certainly use it today. And by the way, guys, you do not have to buy my plays. You can buy anybody's plays here at the site. Once again, that coupon code to be entered is WILDCARD25. So let's break down both of your wildcard games today. Before I do, let me just tell you though, as far as I'm concerned, now yesterday I had a very small 5-dime play on the Colts. My best bet yesterday was another rare 15-dime play in the NBA, my biggest play of the season, and I cashed in again as the Orlando Magic finally broke through in revenge and delivered my revenge game of the year play over the Dallas Mavericks, laying 5.5 to 6 points, winning by 10 in Dallas. So 6-0 with those plays the past 2 years, 18-6 in college basketball and the NBA the past 2 years with those 15-dime releases. Those are the same 15-dime plays in the NFL that I'm 32-19-1 with, or 32-19-2 with over the past 2 years. Fine and dandy, but today I'm upping the ante. I have my second biggest play of the entire year in football. That's college and pro. It is an ultra-rare 20-dime play. It is on your early game at Arrowhead between Baltimore and KC. Now, you may recall, about a week ago, I had my one and only 20-dime play in college football this season. Wisconsin getting the cover against TCU in the Rose Bowl. So today, a rare 20-dime play. I've only had 2 bigger plays this entire season in the NFL. They were both 30-dime plays, including the Patriots over the Jets and the Jets over Minnesota earlier in the season. Won them both. This is the second biggest play. It's my only play today, and it is a 20-dime play. And again, it is bigger than the 15-dime releases. I'm on a 32-19-2 run in the NFL past 3 seasons, and bigger than the 15-dime plays in basketball. I'm 18-6 with the past 2 years, including 3 out of 4 this week, as I scored with, as you may recall, on Wednesday night with Dayton, the 2-point road dog, outright by 10 at St. Louis. Thursday night, scoring with Illinois, laying 8 by 25 over Northwestern, and last night with the Orlando Magic getting the job done by 10 at Dallas. That's my plays today. Let's break down your free pick. Philadelphia and Green Bay. Without a doubt, the toughest game to handicap this weekend. The game that I'm most interested in watching, though, I have to tell you, from a fan standpoint, now you've got the Eagles minus 2.5, a total of 46.5 points. Obviously, these two met in their season opener. That really led to the what's the word we want to use? The reemergence, the rejuvenation, the reappearance of Michael Vick as a starting NFL quarterback later in the season. Because in that game, Green Bay knocked out Philadelphia, then starting quarterback Kevin Kolb with a concussion. And they jumped out to an early 17-point lead. Well, Vick came in and was simply dynamite, completing 16 of 24 passes with a touchdown and also running 11 times for 130 yards, really showing everybody that this guy was back. And you saw what happened as the season progressed. But 2 things you have to consider. One, Vic was playing in garbage time. 2, Don Capers, the defensive coordinator of the Packers, did not game scheme for Michael Vick. He game schemed for Kevin Kolb. He didn't know in advance. He's not psychic that his defense, although great, was going to knock out Michael Vick. So we certainly had an interesting dilemma here. And when you analyze this game, even though they did play in week number 1, 2 different teams. Green Bay early in the season had a ground game. They are definitely, a one-dimensional offense. But of course, that one dimension is Aaron Rodgers, because he has had all the offense thrust on his shoulders since Ryan Grant suffered the season-ending injury early in the year. And Rodgers is certainly delivered, completing 66% of his passes, 28 touchdowns, only 11 interceptions. Don Capers' defense has been superb, 15 points a game this year they've allowed. In their losses this year, 4 of them came by 3 points and 2 by 4, and 2 of those losses came in overtime as well. Now, the Eagles, of course, a different dynamic. They are an offensive team, with Vic at the helm averaging nearly 29 points a game, and they've got speed at the wide receiver spot, speed in the backfield with Vic and Shady McCoy, but they have offensive line problems in terms of protecting Vic and run blocking, and their defense has not been up to snuff this year, as they have struggled, and injuries have certainly taken their toll. Now, Andy Reid, a lot of playoff experience in his tenure in Philadelphia, but just 5-5 against the spread as a playoff favorite, 10-8 straight up in postseason games. The Packers are on a 10-4 run as a dog. In terms of how these teams did against winning teams this season, Philadelphia went 4-2 straight up, splitting those 6 games versus the odds makers. Meanwhile, the Packers went 4-3 straight up and against the spread this year against teams with winning records. Packers certainly primed for the playoffs. They had to have 2 back-to-back must-win games, which they won both, of course, against the Giants and the Bears to close the season. Meanwhile, the Eagles really have only played about 7.5 minutes of good football in their final 3 games of the regular season. That was in the closing minutes of that game against the Giants. Then they laid an egg in that nationally televised snow-delayed Tuesday night game against Minnesota, and of course they took the final game off. The regular season finale was meaningless last Sunday against Dallas, and they lost that, but who cares? Listen, all the national pundits are backing Green Bay here because of their defense, but the thing that gets me in this game, the thing that really has me on the Eagles, and again, I'm not betting the game. I'm just telling you why I like the Eagles, okay? 2 reasons. 1, speed kills, and the Eagles have speed. And 2, I've always been a firm believer that if you cannot run the ball in the postseason, you can't win, and the Packers can't run the ball. So I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Listen, the Eagles have gone over in 9 of 10 before that Minnesota disaster. And I think the Eagles are the play, minus the 2.5, and I think it goes over as well. Wouldn't surprise to see this one be like one of those 28-24 games. So that's the way I'm going there. In terms of the Baltimore-Kansas City play, of course, the line in this one, Baltimore is 3 at Arrowhead against KC, total 40.5. I like this game to go over the posted price. Of course, I'm not going to tell you the side. It's a $29 play, my second biggest play of the season. How about those home dogs, though? 11-3 now against the spreads in wild card rounds since '78. Or excuse me, make that 12-3 now after the Seahawks outright upset. So Kansas City could, of course, be adding to that tally today. But in this game, I like the over, even though Baltimore comes in here with the number 10 defense in the NFL, giving up 16.9 points a game, and Kansas City comes in here with the number 14 defense, a unit giving up 20 points a game, and even though both run the ball and are very good at stopping the run, of course the Ravens far better than the Chiefs at stopping the run, I still just have a hunch that this game goes over because it's an awfully low price at 40.5. So I would take this one over. Do like the Eagles free pick in the over in their game a little better. Again, wild card 25 is your discount coupon code. Save $25. Good luck, everybody. Monday, national championship game. Be here. Video up early.